So it literally just now dawned on me that this is Batman Day. Like literally, it just dawned on me that today is Batman's 82nd anniversary. And I gotta say, I feel stupid for not realizing that. I was seeing like a bunch of Batman stuff on my social media feeds, and I was like, "Is there something going on with Batman?" And then I saw, "Oh, Batman Day." Oh, Batman Day! I should do something. So, rather than do like a fun fanfiction idea or some other thing, I decided that maybe it would be kind of fun to talk about what Batman means to me. I know it's a late night video and we're going to be here talking about Batman. So let's talk about... Actually, as I'm talking, my TV is playing the '89 movie. I know not the best. The Burton movies aren't the best, but like they're entertaining and like the progenitors for comic book movies. So, well, one of the major key points. I understand Donner Superman movies and all. It's a whole thing. Just fucking move on. Let's fucking move on. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a video talking about what Batman means to me, and maybe find out what Batman means to you. Now I'm going to go on record and say that Batman is not my favorite DC superhero. He is in the top 10. He's definitely, of course, he's in the top 10. It's fucking Batman. But if you are wondering who my favorite superhero is, let's just say his symbol is a little more different. Can you guess what I'm trying to say? Yeah, can you guess? Yeah, it's an S. Yeah. So, which I think I've actually missed. When they do Superman's next anniversary, I'll probably do a video of what Superman means to me. But I'm getting off topic. It's late. I'm tired, and I'm having anxiety attacks over going back to work tomorrow. So I'm just a mess. So, what Batman means to me. While I did say that Batman is not one of my favorite he's not he is in the top 10. Don't give me like top 5 in the top 5. He may not be one of my he may not be my all-time favorite DC superhero or superhero in general, but admit it. If it were not for Batman in some capacity, you probably weren't going to get into comics. Now, obviously for me, that was a little different. For me, what really got me into comics, while I was obviously exposed to Batman like all of us, was the 90s cartoon. But I always knew that Batman was a comic book character. I was always like aware, even when I wasn't really reading comics, I was aware that Batman wasn't just a cartoon character. I was aware that he was a comic book character. And that was the thing. I was aware that he was a comic book character, but it wouldn't be until I wouldn't be getting into real deep into comics until like the Teen Titans cartoon came out, which incidentally did have Robin there, so it is Batman related. Anyway, but the thing with it is that Batman, to me, what makes, I think, and a lot of us agree, is that what makes Batman so interesting, people always say, like, oh, he's human, and he's got all these cool gadgets, and he's like, he always gets the girl, and he's always like this dark and gritty character. But for me, what always interested me about Batman is that even though he keeps saying, like, oh, I'm a loner, and I'm a one-man war against crime and all that, he's not. What really, I think, makes Batman the best, and I think that this is something I've seen only with Tiny and maybe a little bit of Snyder and a few other writers here and there, is that Batman, I think, is at his best when he's around other people, whether it be whether it be a Robin or a Batgirl or with Jim or with Superman. I'm always excited to see World's Finest just hang out. Like, I'm always excited to see like Clark just fly in and be like, "Hi, Bruce, how's the day going? Okay, enjoy your brooding. Bye." Boom. Because Batman, like, that's the thing, is that Batman always thinks that he's alone. Like, he is the one-man army. But the thing is, he's not alone. And even though he sometimes doesn't want to admit it, he always knows that he has a family in some capacity. He always knows that there is going to be someone watching out for him. Someone always out there who's going to care about him, and there's going to be people he cares about. Obviously, with Alfred, you know, Nightwing, all the Robins, even Jason to some capacity. Like, he'll still care about Jason even if he's basically a DC Punisher. And I've said this before, is where I think Batman, my favorite version of Batman, is the type of Batman who may be all, like, dark and scary and all of that, but he wants to help you. Again, that goes back to what we saw with Batman in the 90s cartoon, where he's like, oh yeah, I'm vengeance, I am the night. But, like, at the same time, initially he'll be like, hey, I know you're messed up. I know you're terrified, but, like, I want to help you. I want you to get help because, do you see this? I'm a kid with emotional damage, and I'm running around in a costume. Do you want to be like me? I don't want to be me. So that's what I've always loved, is that Batman is always like that version of Batman is always trying to, like, reach out to people. And that's what I talked about a while ago when I heard James Tynion was leaving the Batman book, where Batman was basically trying to be better. He was making friends with all of his enemies, like Harley. He was making friends with the Ghostmaker and the Unsanity Collective, all these new characters, and he was just like... and even Bruce was looking at his life and going, have I been the bad guy the whole time? Have I just been beating up most of, if not all of my enemies are mentally ill people? Am I the bad guy? I've been, like, using all my money for all my own stuff, but, like, have I just been going around taking my anger out on people? Oh my god. Alfred, oh wait, you're dead. Lucius, am I the bad guy? So yeah, I like that. That's the thing, is that Batman to me shines the best when he is with someone else, when he is, out there fighting along somebody, because there you really see, like with Catwoman, you get to see Batman drop his guard. He always pretends like he wants to be on guard, but you see with most people, especially like Selina and members of the Bat family, that guard gets dropped real easily. I remember, who was it? I think it was Selina who said, like, it's all an act. Like, Batman, Bruce may be scary and all that, but like be big and tough, and to an extent he is, but really he will let his guard down. Oh, I think it was Clark who said that. Like, Clark was like, Bruce maybe give off the big scary vibes, but, like, I know he cares. So yeah, that's what I've always liked about Batman, is that even when he is trying to be dark and gritty, there's still a human there. There's still, like, a human being underneath all of that just pain and anger, and it's just someone who doesn't want the same trauma to happen again to somebody. Like, a perfect example of this is, like, Tom King's Batman, where he was trying to save Gotham Girl, and you think, oh, like, the whole comic was like, oh, he's just doing it so he can finally have someone to protect Gotham that isn't Batman, and he can just run away, he can live a normal life. And then at the end of it, Bruce literally tells, like, a hallucination of his mom. He's like, no, I did it because she needed help, and she was a scared little girl, and I'm Batman, and I need to save her. That's it. That was all. That was really, at the end of the day, that was all Bruce was trying to do, was that he was just trying to save this one person. He wasn't trying to look to her plate, because he understands Gotham's a shitty place. Like, Gotham just sucks. So he'll take on that burden to be, Gotham's protector as long as he can. And he's even admitted that, he's admitted multiple times, is that one of the reasons he took, Dick Grayson in to be, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Why he took him in to be Robin and eventually let him be Nightwing was that he knew that he was going to be a better Batman than him. Like, that was the thing, is that he always knew that that Nightwing was going to always be the best Batman, because he was going to be like, you're not nailed down to that trauma, Dick. You're literally you will always be better than me. And yeah, let's admit it, they're all his kids. They're all... Damian may be his biological son, but Jason, Tim, Dick, even even the Batgirls and all that, they're all like, Dad. And Batman will never admit it. Bruce will never admit it. So that's what I think Batman means to me, is that despite, yeah, it's all cool to see Batman, like, fight, these big name villains. That's the other thing, is that Batman, outside of Spider-Man, has the best, if not the best rogues gallery ever. Like, literally, people who don't read comics know who the Joker is. They know who Poison Ivy is, Harley Quinn, Mr. Freeze. Like, literally, you could hold up a picture of a Batman villain, and I'm not saying, like, hold up a picture of Condiment King, but, like, hold up a picture of, like, I don't know, Clayface, and someone's gonna go, that's Clayface, right? Or hold up a picture of Poison Ivy, he's like, oh, that's Poison Ivy. Or hold up a picture, oh, that's Mr. Freeze. Oh, that's Two-Face. Literally, people who don't read comics will know who these characters are. That's how famous they are. So, yeah. But yeah. So I could go on and on about this video, but I don't want to make it like 30 goddamn minutes long. So you guys tell me in the comments below. What does Batman mean to you personally? What does Batman mean to you? Just comment below, let me know. Once again, as always, if you would be so kind, hit the link below to my Patreon and become a member of my Patreon there. That's where I'll be doing a lot of exclusive videos and exclusive content. And if you do the 4th tier, you guys can set out a request, and I will post the request video here on YouTube for all to see. But other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.